Starting up, getting things ready. Gonna play a fun game today. Welcome everybody to the month of Zeboid. I made an announcement on Twitter a couple of days ago stating that I was going to devote most of June to the games made by Zeboid Games. I fell in love with them after I played um, what is it? Cthulhu Saves Christmas this past New Year's season in December and early January. Loved it. Loved the JRPG elements. Loved the comedy. So I wanted to keep train rolling on that and keep playing more of their games. So I looked up their whole catalog on Steam. So I'm going to play every game on Steam that they've produced or had some kind of publishing right with as a thank you to them, and I acknowledged them on Twitter, and they were seemed really happy about it. So I'm excited to get into it. We're starting with their first text-based game on Steam. I believe it's from like 2010, 2011-ish on believe it was like Xbox Live Arcade. If I'm not mistaken, I could be, but I did some quick research and I think that's what I remember. But yeah, we're gonna play a bunch of fun games this month. If you like this, there's gonna be a lot more. I made a list of the games we're playing in June um, on Twitter, Midwest Game Guy. Let me see if I can get the quick list for you so you can get a rundown of what to expect this month. 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. So we're starting today with these two fun text adventures, Molly the Were-Zompire and Epiphany in Space. And then once we finish this, we'll do Breath of Death 7, The Beginning, which is like an old school JRPG. We'll do Cthulhu Saves the World, which is the, I think, sequel to Cthulhu Saves Christmas. Then we have the Penny Arcade Adventures Episode 3 and 4, Cosmic Star Heroine, which I've seen a lot of people rave about on Twitter. It makes me really happy, and X. Uh, so I'm really excited to play that. And then last, we'll end with This Way Madness Lies, which I've heard is like a magical girl meet Shakespeare kind of RPG. So I'm really excited. We're gonna get through those games, I believe, this month. I think we can do it. And yeah, and then once we complete that, we'll reach out to Zeboid on social media and see if they have anything down the pipeline we can look forward to. Because I'd love to support these small indie studios. So without further ado, I did want to say two more things. Sorry. Thank you very much for the support. I did do a more personal tweet on X Twitter because usually it's just all about promoting the channel and having games and asking questions about video games. But I've been working really hard on my weight loss journey. I don't know if you can see it at my face or my body since we started this channel back in October of last year, 2023. But I'm down for, let's see, math in my head. About 42 pounds, and I put that on Twitter, and it's got a lot. Like usually, I don't get a ton of like feedback on stuff since I'm such a small streamer still, but I got like 11 likes and 132 views. So like and a bunch of comments. So I appreciate you guys taking an interest in supporting me in my life outside of video gaming and my health and everything. So the healthier I am, the more I can stream for you guys. So I really much appreciate your interest and care into my well-being. And also, I wanted to give a shout out, like we usually do at the beginning of our streams, to the person who followed us since last stream. So last stream we got followed by, not only did we get followed by Squishy Elise, check her out, she was playing Dead Island. It was pretty fun to play through with her friends. She also gave me a shout out in her stream to six of her viewers, promoting my channel and telling people to check me out. So, Squishy Elise, thank you very much. I really appreciate the shout out and the follow. Hopefully, I can make your viewers and you happy by the content we're going to put out this month for the month of Zeboid. And then if we finish the Zeboid games in before June's over, we'll either continue stuff we've been playing or maybe try something else. I haven't decided yet, but right now we're focusing on the Zeboid games. So let's get to it. We're going to play these two text-based adventures, and we'll see what else we can do today. All right, here we go. I put narration on because a lot of times I have to talk a lot during these JRPG games because there's no voice acting in a lot of things. So I give my voice a little rest and just react kind of thing. So first we're going to do Molly the Were-Zampire. The Were-Zompire. Ooh, that's hard to say. All right, here we go.
You are Molly Desper, graduate student extraordinaire. Today, while working on your master's thesis, something highly unusual happens. A portal appears in the center of the cramped confines of your dorm room.
Ooh.
The portal is about the size of a man and oval in shape. At first glance, the portal appears to be completely black. But upon straining your eyes, you can see the faint outline of trees deep within its depths. You take a finished soda can from your desk and toss it into the portal, partially to see what happens, but mostly because your trash can is already full to overflowing. The surface of the portal ripples and is then still. Nothing more happens. What will you do? What will you do?
I feel like if we don't enter the portal, the game will just stop. So let's just see that first. I want
Don't.
to see.
You decide not to go into the portal. Who knows where it could lead? It could land you in some horrible place where you end up dying almost immediately upon arrival. No, you're going to play it safe and stay here. However, even though you have no intention of jumping into the portal, it doesn't mean you can't take advantage of its arrival. You grab your camera and take a number of pictures from a variety of angles. Maybe you'll be able to sell them to a tabloid for good money. Shortly after you're finished taking pictures, the portal disappears. With the portal gone, you assume that your brush with the supernatural is at an end. So you start to get ready for your afternoon class. That's when you are visited by a most unlikely visitor.
Uh-oh.
She appears in the middle of your room, announced by a flash of light and the smell of chicken. There's no mistaking who she is. Your visitor is yourself.
It's a me. Me.
Molly.
Molly,
Molly
Molly.
Molly says, I've
Molly
come from the
2.
future on a crucial mission. You have to trust me. The fate of existence is in the balance.
Oh.
Something seems shady.
Something not right.
How familiar are you with science fiction stories? I read science fiction all the time. Science fiction? What's that? You're sure that you're forgetting something important, but you've got more pressing matters right now.
Just do like the least fun
You
answers.
made a wrong choice, Molly. The other Molly continues. You were supposed to go into that portal and become a Were-Zompire heroine. This video game is called Molly the Were-Zompire, after all. I'm in a video game? You ask incredulously.
Very meta.
Yes, and not a very interesting one so far. Players expect action and adventure, not you being a perfect little student at school.
Oh man.
Now come with me.
I'm a
I'll
good
take you
girl
back
though.
in time so you can fix your mistake and give these players their money's worth. What will you do?
Stay.
You refuse to go back in time with your future self. She pleads and
Just
argues with you, but you
refuse
stand
the call
firm.
of action.
Fine, she says. I'll fix the mess you've made without you. And with that, she disappears. Thinking that you're finally free of strange occurrences, you head off to your afternoon class. Today's lecture is extremely boring, but like a good student, you pay close attention and take detailed notes. Towards the end of the lecture, you become a Were-Zompire.
What?
First, your two front teeth lengthen, then your ears become wolf-like, a tail appears, and random bits of skin fall off your body. You also have a strong desire for brains, blood, and raw meat. Thankfully, due to the nature of your existence, text-based mixed with some simple graphics, no one notices the change.
Thank goodness.
You receive a text message on your cell phone. Ha, showed you. Back in time, turned into WZ. Then I bit you. GG noob, GG.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Your future self isn't very nice.
I agree.
Your class ends and you head back home. On the way back, you are stopped by a black sedan. Two very buff men dressed in black suits step out from the vehicle and approach you.
Hello, Men in Black.
You need to come with us, Molly. Or should we say Molly the Were-Zompire?
Bum bum bum.
You don't have a choice. You step into the vehicle and are whisked away to a secret government facility.
They do test on me.
Once inside the government building, you are brought in front of an old man with an impressive number of medals on his uniform.
Ooh.
Despite his age, he speaks with a good deal of gusto and vitality. Molly, pleased to meet you. I'm General Bedfamom. I'll put it to
But
you
from
straight, soldier. We need your help. Terrorism besets the United States government on every side, and we need the very best to fight back. What say you, soldier? Will you serve your country with your unique Were-Zompire powers and become a true American heroine?
no, I'm gonna refuse the call of action.
What will you do? In the space of time after the general's request, you reach an epiphany. Just because you're in a game named Molly the Were-Zompire That doesn't mean you have to let a weird programmer determine your fate. You vow then and there to live your own life and to never mess with time travel. Upon reaching that decision, your body changes back into its original form. You are no longer Molly the Were-Zompire. You're just Molly. I'm sorry, General, but I'm going to have to decline your generous offer. You see, I'm just a civilian. The end.
Hooray, bad ending. Do it again.
Molly, you are Molly
Now
Desper,
we'll do the
graduate
top
student
choices.
extraordinaire. Today, while working on your master's thesis, something highly unusual happens. A portal appears in the center of the cramped confines of your dorm room. The portal is about the size of a man and oval in shape. At first glance, the portal appears to be completely black, but upon straining your eyes, you can see the faint outline of trees deep within its depths. You take a finished soda can from your desk and toss it into the portal, partially to see what happens, but mostly because your trash can is already full to
My
overflowing.
wife.
The
Her and her
surface of
Dr.
the
Pepper
portal
cans.
ripples and
Silly girl.
stands
I
still.
love her.
Nothing more happens. What will you do?
Let's have fun this time.
Staring at the portal, you come to two conclusions. First, if a lifetime of reading fantasy novels has taught you anything, it's that amazing adventures await you on the other side of this portal. Second, you really don't want to continue working on your master's thesis.
Fair enough.
You put on your shoes, grab your coat, and jump into the portal.
I understand that kind of sense in being a college student
You find yourself
before.
lying down with your vision full of grass. You rise to your knees and then stand up. The smell of wet pine and the sound of
That said
rustling leaves
piss.
fill the
What
air.
is?
It's nighttime, and from the shifting shadows and poor visibility, you sense that you're in a densely forested area. You wait for your eyes to adjust to the darkness. The heroine has arrived, a deep voice says.
Who's got the heroin?
Sweet, you think. I'm a heroine in this world. It looks like you made the right decision in coming here. You look for the source of the voice, but can't place it. Kill her,
Oh,
the voice continues.
we in trouble.
Maybe coming here wasn't such a good idea.
But the other choice was no good.
I'll spare you the gory details since nobody wants to hear that. So let's just say that you're attacked by a mob of shadowy creatures and killed in an unpleasant manner.
Wait, what?
Normally, this would mark the end of your story. But luckily for you, this game is entitled Molly the Were-Zompire, and not Molly the human who died at the beginning of our story before she had a chance to do anything, and how pathetic is that?
All right.
You are dead. Now you are undead.
I'm alive.
It
I'm
doesn't feel
dead.
as
I'm
bad as
alive.
you would have expected. Your heart not beating is a little strange, and you feel colder than normal. You can live with inconveniences like that. If anything, it feels kind of nice. You sense hidden power and magical abilities just waiting for you to discover them.
I can't wait.
Though your eyes are closed, you can clearly hear voices.
I hear voices in my head.
The girl is stirring. Think she's still a threat? No, she should be one of us. If not, we can just kill her again. What is she? I don't know. What killed her? A werewolf, a zombie, and a vampire. Guess that makes her a Were-Zompire. Never seen one of those before.
I'm a rare species.
Me neither. Look, she stirs.
Oh, she's just over here like baking something.
You open your eyes. It's still night, but you can see much better than before. Must be the undead eyes. You can clearly see the pine trees that you only smelled before. More importantly, you see a mob of monsters filled with werewolves, zombies, vampires, and human-faced giant spiders in front of you. A
Gross.
vampire with long nails, dressed in traditional nobleman garb, addresses you.
A nobleman, you say?
How are you feeling?
Dead.
A sense of threatening malice underlies the typical innocent question. What will you do? Run? Pretend to be evil? Pretend to be stupid? Run away as fast as undeadly possible.
That's pretty good choices. Let's be
I feel
evil.
great, you say. When can we start killing things? Maybe you overdid it. Several of the vampires in the group are looking suspiciously at you. The werewolves and zombies might be suspicious too, but their vacant expressions make it less obvious. What will you do? Laugh.
Laugh maniacally. Nice. Maybe one
Okay,
of
that
them.
seems to have worked. The other monsters now believe you to be evil, insane, and stupid. That'll work.
Mission accomplished.
Our master, the demon lord, will want to see how low his opponent has fallen, says one of the vampires. Let us return and bring her to him. We can use the energy from the portal that brought her here to return to the demonic realm. Oh, great. The last thing you want to be doing right now is teleporting to the demonic realm, but it doesn't look like you have a choice. If you give up the charade now, they'll destroy you in seconds.
Oh,
So you
man.
go through the portal. The demonic realm is very close to your Sunday school teacher's description of purgatory. A barren, rocky landscape punctuated by rivers and lakes of fire and lava. The sky is overcast, and the whole place smells vaguely of cauliflower.
Ew.
You're at the bottom of the hill, and you guess that the castle at the top is the home of the demon lord. Of course, that looks to be the place that this group of monsters is taking you. You need to escape as soon as possible.
Zoinks!
An opportunity to escape arises before long. During the climb up to the castle, one of the werewolves loses its footing and falls off a cliff into a fiery grave.
Oh, no.
Now's your chance. While the group is surprised, you need to get away.
Death! Escape!
You see several rock islands in the river of lava nearby. You could never have made the jump as a human, but with your Were-Zompire powers, you might be able to use them as stepping stones out of here. However, if you fail to jump far enough, you'd be joining that unfortunate werewolf in death.
Dang.
What will you do?
Let's jump.
Now may be your only chance to escape. You leap, and you make it safely across the lava. Go Were-Zompire powers. Get her. A werewolf tries to follow after you, but you kick him in midair and knock him into the lava.
Hiya!
Some of the vampires turn into bats and start flying your way. The other monsters are racing down an alternate path in an attempt to cut off your escape. You quickly make your way across the river of lava, using the outcroppings of rock as stepping stones. It looks like you're going to reach the opposite shore in time and escape for good when something happens. The tiny island of rock that you just jumped onto breaks free and starts to rush down the molten river with you still on it. You look for a place to jump off your rapidly moving platform, but there's nothing close enough. On the plus side, after several minutes of traveling down the river on your natural raft, you've lost sight of your pursuers. On the negative side, you're very worried about the possibility of falling off to your doom.
Oh, well.
It looks like the lava river narrows up ahead. You might be able to make a jump for safety then, but it would be the longest jump you've ever made. What will you do?
Make the jump.
You jump with all of your might. Stressful situations often bring out the best in people, and this situation is no exception. Despite all rational logic saying that you should not be able to successfully jump such a huge gap, you do in fact land safely on the rock shore.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
You quickly hurry away from the river in case your pursuers are following it to try to find you, and set off in search of anything or anyone.
Oops, sorry.
After several hours of running and hurried walking, you find a village. Unsure of the reception that you will receive, you hide yourself and observe from the shadows. The village appears to be a mining center if the pickaxes, shovels, and wheelbarrows are any indication. Not only that, but it appears to be a slave town, with a few powerful undead vampires and liches, forcing all the other monsters to work.
Oh.
You see a vampire with a whip torturing a group of goblins. You know it shouldn't bother you, since it's just monsters being hurt. But wait a second.
My
You're
people.
a monster too. Who's to say that all monsters are evil? Maybe you should try to rescue them. What will you do?
Rescue the
Perhaps even a
goblins.
goblin deserves to live. At least if it isn't doing anything evil itself. You rush from your hiding place and attack the vampire. No stakes present themselves, but no matter. Decapitation works just as well, and with your Were-Zompire strength, decapitation is not only possible, but inevitable. The vampire falls and turns into dust. Viva la revolution! You scream. Blank stares all around.
What is this
Let's
girl
end
talking about?
slavery forever! That they understand.
Yeah.
With your unique powers and your ever-increasing band of liberated undead slaves turned freedom fighters,
I sound pretty awesome.
you are able to defeat the slavers and restore freedom to the camp. You are
Hell
hailed
yeah.
by the goblins, zombies, and other freed slaves as their savior. However, you don't just stop with the one camp. Using the forces you've liberated from the first slave camp, you stage attacks on other slave camps, building up your forces and sowing chaos in the land.
Damn awesome.
It takes months of ambushes, sabotage, and full-blown battles. But finally, you succeed in overthrowing the Demon Lord and his minions.
Wow.
The other freedom fighters, grateful for your leadership, offer you the position of king of the new regime.
Queen,
However,
thank you.
refuse and
Yes,
instead
Queen.
teach your followers about the joys of representative government.
Elected officials.
In the first official election in the newly formed Republic of Demonio, you are elected president by a landslide. You rule the land with wisdom for many years, bringing peace and love to all of Demonio's undead citizens.
Awesome.
The end.
Hey, that's a pretty good ending.
Molly,
Let's see what happens when we pretend to be stupid.
You. What will you do?
Enter.
You find the hair. Sweet kill. Maybe. I'll spare. No, you are
I did.
now. Though you're the girl. No. What is I? Oh, guess. You. A sense of what will you do?
Be
You
stupid.
decide to play dumb. You're one part zombie after all. If the other monsters think your brain is gone, hopefully they'll leave you alone. Brains, you say in your best imitation zombie voice. Something seems suspicious, one of the vampires says. Here, give her this. A raw pink brain is placed for you. You're not sure what kind of brain it is, but you are sure that you don't want to know.
It's delicious.
What will you do?
Eat brain.
Not wanting to risk detection, you eat the brain. It would actually be quite tasty if you could just forget what it was. But in order to maintain your illusion, you have to interrupt your eating with occasional comments of brains.
Everybody except the other zombies. Ah, look at her. The so-called legendary hero is just another stupid zombie. What should we do with her? Just leave her with the other zombies. There's a town of villagers not far from here, in that direction, that they can go terrorize. We need to head back to the master and give our report. Another portal is summoned, and the werewolves, vampires, and giant spiders all go through. It's just you and the zombies now.
Hi, zombies.
What will you do?
Communicate.
You try to communicate with the zombies. As it turns out, zombie-ese isn't that hard to figure out. There's a limited set of different sounds. In zombie-ese's case, it's limited entirely to the sound brains. And meaning is heavily reliant on inflection.
Brains.
Brains, 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 you say. Let's not eat the villagers. Brains, 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 the zombies say. We must eat the villagers. It's in our nature, at least until the chosen zombie with the powers of a werewolf and vampire comes forth to save us from our fate.
I did that in the last episode, last try.
Brains, you say. Hey, that's me. Brains, 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 the zombies say.
Really?
Really? Brains, 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 brains. You respond.
Really?
Brains, the zombies say. Wonderful, let's take you to the holy sanctum of zombies. There you will fulfill your destiny.
Hell yeah.
The holy sanctum of zombies isn't very far away. From the outside, it looks a lot like an Egyptian pyramid. Next to the entrance is a warning written in zombie-ese, a script written entirely by drawing pictures of brains. Beware, only a true zombie will survive the ordeal. Only a true zombie? What could that mean? What should you do?
Go in
Go
with the others.
in with
A true
zombies.
zombie? Of course, a true zombie is a team player. You motion for the other zombies to proceed before you. It's a fortunate decision on your part, as the poor zombies in front of you are destroyed as they trigger the sanctum's traps, letting you pass by unharmed.
Well, thanks.
All is smooth sailing for you, not the trap triggering zombies, until you reach a silver door that blocks your further progress down the corridor. It is, of course, locked.
Oh, that's okay.
How shall you pass by it?
Rip the door.
Using your mighty werewolf muscles, you are able to rip the door clean out of the wall. Unfortunately, in the process, you ripped a bit of the wall out as well. Normally, this wouldn't be a problem, but it happened to be a load-bearing wall.
Uh-oh.
Oh well, there are worse fates you could have met in this game besides being buried under several tons of bricks and
Dang
stone.
it.
Not many more, admittedly, but it could have been worse. The end.
Oh, dig it.
Mark,
Try again. We're going to
What
go
will you?
into the portal.
You find the hair.
We're going to be stupid.
I'll spare you. You are now, though you're. No. What? Oh. What will you do?
Be stupid.
What?
Eat brain.
What will you do?
Communicate.
What should you
Going
do?
with our
A
zombies.
truth. How shall you pass?
Use vampire.
Using your vampiric abilities, you turn into a mist. The opening between the door and the floor is very narrow, but it's plenty of room for your gaseous self to pass by. On the other side of the door, you turn back into your corporeal self and try to open the door. Nope, it's locked from this side as well. Guess you're going to have to go the rest of the way without your zombie entourage.
My buddies.
You journey deeper into the sanctum with great care, expecting a deadly trap at every step. However, if there are any more traps, it looks like you failed to trigger them. Finally, you reach a room at the deepest point of the sanctum. The walls of the room are covered with shelves, which in turn are covered with brains of all shapes and sizes. Despite the fact that this room has obviously been untouched for a long time, the brains look surprisingly fresh. On one of the walls, you see an inscription written in zombie-ese. It reads, "One of these brains will bring salvation to the zombie race. All other brains will bring torment to the chooser. Choose wisely or suffer the consequences." What will you do? What will you do? Eat the smallest. You find the brain that is the smallest. Surely this is the brain that you are meant to eat. You take a bite. A voice rings out.
Oh no.
You have chosen poorly.
Tiny brain bed.
The process of personal dumbification is slow but constant. First, your intellect drops to that of a cat.
Oh no.
Then your intellect resembles a dog.
No.
Then a pop star.
No.
Then a gnat.
Oh no.
Finally, a zombie.
I'm a true zombo.
The end.
Oh man. Well, let's try again.
What will you do?
We enter.
You are.
We will be stupid again.
What will you do?
You decide to play. What?
We eat the brain.
No.
We communicate.
What will you do? You. What
Go
should
into their
you do?
zombies.
How shall you pass?
Vampire.
What will you
Eat the
do?
brain looks tastiest.
You find a brain that looks a lot like a nice, juicy steak. Surely this is the brain that you're meant to eat. You take a bite. A voice rings out.
Wait, they're both bad?
You have chosen poorly. You feel anger and hunger welling up inside you. All you want to do is kill everyone and everything and feast on their
Jeez.
remains. Growl.
Grog. Well, we'll smell the brains this time.
What will you do?
Here's the portal.
You find. You now. What will you do?
I stupid.
What?
Eat the brain.
What?
Communicate. Brains turns brains.
What?
Go with other zombies.
How shall you pass?
Vampire.
Find. What?
And
will you
smell each
You
brain.
carefully go to each brain and sniff it in turn. You discover that one smells very different than all the others. A normal sense of smell wouldn't have picked it up, but your werewolf senses are very keen. One brain is not a brain at all.
Does not?
You take the imposter brain and bite into it. you discover that it is actually made of tofu.
Ooh, tofu.
You have chosen wisely.
Thank you.
You leave the sanctum to find the remaining zombies very pleased indeed.
They're all golf clapping.
Love, 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 love. You have saved us. Thanks to your actions, the once dumb zombie race that lived only for human flesh and brains has become
Aw.
a race of intelligent vegetarians.
I did it.
You have changed the course of history, and for that you will always be known as the savior of the zombies and a friend to all mankind. The end.
Nice. Well, we finished all endings on the zombie route. So let's.
What will you do?
Um,
Don't.
I'm interested to see what happens whenever
Now,
I act stupid but go alone. I'm probably gonna die, but I just want to see.
What will you do?
You
Stupid.
decide what?
Eat the brain.
Not wanting to risk what?
Communicate with zombies.
What should
Go
you
in
do?
alone.
This turns out to be a poor decision, as just after taking a few steps in the door, an arrow trap pierces your brain and heart, killing you instantly. Maybe in your next life you'll realize that zombies aren't loners. The end.
That's about what I expected.
You are What will you do?
We're gonna warn the villagers now. This is my next
Now,
attempt.
what will you do?
You decide. What will you not want? What will you do? You run quickly in the direction of the village. The other zombies follow you, albeit much slower.
Come back, boss.
You must reach the village in time to protect them. You'll need to earn their trust and prepare defenses. There's no time to waste. Hello there, it's me, the designer of this game. I could tell you what happens next, but it's not very fair to me if I give you all of my grade A material now. What will I do for my next game, Mr. Von McAwesome versus the hordes of ultra zombies? When the hero has to face down a zombie apocalypse with nothing but his biceps. Sure, I could write a description of Molly's defensive measure now, but then when the next game comes around and the hero has to
There's
fight
that meta
zombies
humor we
over
love.
there, everyone will just be all old news and get bored and play something else.
Old news. That's so silly.
That's why I'm not going to tell you about how you, Molly the Were-Zompire, earned the villagers' trust, or how you help them barricade their homes from the inside and help them build makeshift chainsaws and shotguns. Nope, not going to do it. You're going to have to wait for the next game for all the great hero versus zombie action.
Got it.
Okay, I'm sensing some discontent from some of the people playing this game. Fine. If it makes you feel better, let's say you win. You save the day, rescue the town, and are a true heroine. Later, a handsome prince comes in, riding a white steed, and marries you, and you live happily ever after.
Wow, everything I could possibly want.
Also, you gain a gazillion points, and your experience level and stats are all maxed
I'm
out.
unbeatable.
Editor's note. The original designer of the game has just met a horrible end. Not to worry though, we're flying the finest designer in from Iceland to finish the other storyline threads, so the game will not be released in an incomplete state.
Well, thank goodness.
The end.
That was a fun one. All right, so
What
now
will you do?
let's see.
Enter the
Let us
now. Though you're.
be evil and explain how evil we are. Maybe
What will you do?
pretend to be evil.
What will you do?
Explain how.
You begin to explain to the group just how evil you are. How you enjoy kicking puppies,
Pushing old grandmothers down.
starting fires just for fun, etc. The group doesn't seem to be buying your explanations.
Oh no!
In fact, they seem to be attacking you and tearing you to pieces.
Dang it!
As the light in your eyes fades, you suddenly remember the advice of your favorite writing teacher in high school. Show, don't tell.
That's why the laugh works so well.
The
Good. All right. So we're getting
What
all the
will
different
you do?
endings. So now we're going to try to
Here?
escape.
You.
See, that's a dead end. Bop, 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 bop,
What will
bop.
you do?
Run away.
The direction you chose to run only has a few scattered zombies. You weave through them with ease, like a running back dodging an opposing team after they've had a few too many drinks. Your new body is gratifyingly fast. It looks like you inherited the speed of a werewolf and not the speed of a zombie. You rush through the trees and underbrush. You hear monsters behind you in pursuit, but it sounds like you're outrunning them. All is going well, and you're beginning to think that your escape is guaranteed when you encounter a slight problem. In front of you, there appears to be the otherworldly equivalent of the Grand Canyon.
Oh.
You narrowly stop just in time
A
to
great
avoid a
hole.
drop of hundreds, if not thousands, of feet. You turn and see that your pursuers are nearly here. They've started to fan out to prevent you from running past them.
Oh, shoot.
What will you do?
Jump
Jump?
off a cliff.
Maybe it's the fact that in the past few minutes, you've gone from an ordinary life to traveling to another dimension, being killed by a horde of monsters, and then transforming into a monster yourself.
Dang it.
But the process of jumping off the cliff takes on a sort of slow, dreamy state. You slowly reach the edge of the cliff, slowly leave the ground, and slowly plummet
Uh-oh.
to your doom. Or is it your doom? You're a Were-Zompire now. Surely there must be something in your skill set that will allow you to survive this. Zombie powers? No. They're not particularly known for their ability to fall great distances. Werewolf? Oh, the werewolves are strong, agile jumpers. Jumping down thousands of feet is probably a stretch. Vampire? Of course! Vampires have the ability to turn into bats, or so you've been told. But how to do so?
Just say the magic words. Bat, 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 bat.
Magical vampire bat transformation activation! You scream. Nope, nothing.
Dang it.
Perhaps, if you think about bats really hard, it'll work. You close your eyes and concentrate.
Bats, 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 bats.
Bats, 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 bats. You feel a sharp pain coming from your upper back and hear the sound of fabric ripping. You seem to be falling slower than before. You open your eyes.
We did it.
You are now a Were-Zompire with large bat wings coming out of your back.
Awesome.
It makes sense now that you think about it. You're only 1/3 of a vampire, so you can only partially turn into a bat. You tried to fly upwards but fail. Looks like your bat wings only have enough power to slow your descent, not reverse it.
That's still good.
You continue to slowly fall towards the valley below. You're getting close to the ground now. Lights can be seen below. There must be a city, a fairly large one from the look of things. You decide to aim your descent for just outside the city. It wouldn't do to land in the middle and scare everybody. There's what appears to be a meadow fairly close to the city with relatively few trees to crash into, so you try to land there. You nail the landing, 9.5s and 10s all around.
America.
Your wings are very sore and tired from slowing your long fall, so you stop concentrating on them and they retract back into your body automatically. You can reach your hand around your back to survey the damages. There's some dried blood, just how much you're not sure, and some tears in the back of your shirt where the wings came through. You'll definitely want to wash up and find some new clothing next time you have the opportunity.
You got it.
Looking up, you realize you can't see the top of the cliff that you fell from. You must have fallen farther than you realized.
Oopsie.
At this point, you notice a small boy quietly watching you off to one side. He looks to be about 10 or 11 years old. He's wearing a red jacket and something that looks similar to jeans but seems slightly off in some way you can't quite place. His mouth is slightly open. He's in a crouched position, no doubt trying to make himself hard to find. "Hello," you say in a calm yet friendly voice, trying your best not to scare the kid. "Don't be afraid. I'm a friend." "Are you an angel?"
Exactly.
he asks. How will you respond? You tell the boy your story, how you were brought here to this world from another dimension, how you're actually a heroine, but you were ambushed and transformed into your current form, and how you escaped from your attackers by flying off a cliff, and that's how you came to this spot. You leave out the little detail about your death. No need to scare the kid too much. "So, you're actually the good guy, even though you look like a bad guy. That's so awesome."
Thank you.
My name's Brend, by the way.
Hi, Brand.
Questioning the boy a bit reveals that he's from the nearby city of Legendavia. Normally he wouldn't be out so late, but some of his schoolmates had dared him to spend an entire night outside the city walls. And not one to back down from a dare, he had agreed. The night had been uneventful until you showed up.
Nice.
You then explained to Brend that you want to help people since you're a heroine. But you're afraid that people are going to be scared of you because of your appearance. He agrees with you that not everyone is as open-minded towards strangers and offers a possible solution. You wait here, and tomorrow morning I'll go talk to Agatha. She's a seer.
Ooh.
I'll tell her your story. And we'll have her pretend to prophesy your arrival to our city as a heroine in misfortune. I'm sure she'll do it. She likes me, even though my dad thinks she's a phony.
You're nothing but a big
Then you
phony.
show up and everyone will trust you. You agree that it's a good plan and decide to give it a try. Brend heads back home and you sit and wait for him to fulfill his part of the plan. Night passes and the next day begins. It's tiresome to just sit and wait, so you explore a bit. Beside the meadow where you landed, there's a clear stream, just wide enough and deep enough to house some small but delicious-looking fish. Besides the fish, you also spotted deer and several rabbits. Monsters aside, it looks like this other world has similar wildlife to your own world. When the sun reaches high in the sky, you decide enough time has passed for Brent to have done his part of the plan. You head to the city gate. Before long, you approach the city wall. It's a simple affair made of stone and mortar. Two guards, one on either side, stand at either side of the open city gate. When they spot you, one pulls out a crossbow and aims it at your chest, while the other draws forth a sword made of silver.
Interesting.
Identify yourself. You explain that you are Molly Desper, a heroine who has been cursed and transformed into the monster they see before them.
Ah.
So, old Agatha was telling the truth. They lower their weapons and welcome you into the city.
Come in.
Brend and Agatha did their work well. The villagers greet you with great enthusiasm despite your appearance. In fact, the city even provides you with a building to live in, which you quickly turn into your own personal
Wow.
Molly's Heroine Agency. In exchange for minor acts of heroism, like fighting off local monsters and rescuing stray animals, the city provides you with all the food and supplies you could need. Life is good.
Nice.
One day, after a hard day that consisted of defeating an insane, white-haired swordsman with a mother complex, you return home to Molly's Heroine Agency to find a black cat waiting for you in front of the door.
Wait, was that Sephiroth?
Not thinking anything of it, you try to shoo the cat away with your foot so that you can enter. Instead of running away, the cat speaks.
Is that Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
I am not a cat, the cat says.
Or the cat from
And as such,
Hocus
I will not
Pocus?
be treated as one. You are, understandably, surprised at the talking cat and do not respond. Yes, I look like a cat, the cat continues. But I am actually a man. The powerful wizard Sirac, to be precise.
Ah.
I was in the process of performing a most delicate spell when I was interrupted by the sound of cats in the alleyway behind my home.
Oh no.
My concentration ruined, the spell backfired, and my form became as you see here. That is why I've come to you, Molly the Heroine.
Hello.
You explain that you'd love to help, but you don't know the first thing about magic or changing people back from cats into humans. Not to worry, the cat wizard Sirac says. I can perform the transformation spell myself. The problem is that reversing a transformation spell requires a vast amount of magical energy, far more energy than the initial spell. On the outskirts of a town lies an old forgotten shrine. Sealed within this shrine is a staff of unbelievable power, more than enough power to reverse my form. Unfortunately, this shrine also has sealed within it a horrible monster. That's where you come in. Fight the monster, retrieve the staff, and reverse the spell. Not only would you have my undying gratitude, but I'd be more than happy to provide you with any magical assistance you might require in the future.
That sounds effective.
What will you do?
I will help.
You tell Sirac that you accept his request. Joyfully, he leads you to the shrine that supposedly houses the staff that will make him human once more. It's an old shrine and is located at the edge of the cliff that overlooks the ocean. It reminds you of the pictures of shrines that you've seen in books about Greece in classical times. The shrine itself is in good condition, although some of the pillars in front have fallen apart. It looks like a serene place. There's no hint that within its walls lies a horrible monster.
Hmm.
You try to open the door to the shrine to no avail. It's locked tight. It's no good trying to use force, Sirac says. Only magic will open this door. Zo bizam diaktar, Sirac chants over and over. Then he stops. It's done. The seal on the entrance is broken. You open the door to find a long, curved hallway awaits you. Stand guard, you say, and reseal the door if any monsters try to escape. Understood, Sirac says. Be careful. You enter the shrine. You walk down the hallway. The walls glow faintly with an unknown power that bathes the area in a blue light and provides enough visibility for your safe passage. Because of the curved nature of the hallway, you can't see very far in front of you. You expect a monster to appear at any moment, but so far you're alone in the shrine. Maybe the monster is already dead, you think hopefully. You quickly discover that the hallway is actually a giant spiral that ends in a circular room at the center of the shrine. In the middle of the room is something that you were really not expecting to see, an elevator. You notice that the controls only have one direction, down. As you approach the elevator, you notice a thin journal is lying on the floor in front of it. What will you do?
Read the journal.
You pick up the book. The cover is plain and unadorned, except by a few blotches which your nose quickly tells you are made of dried blood. Within the book, the writing consists of hastily written cursive, which is very difficult to decipher. Nevertheless, you persevere and begin to make sense of the writing. The journal was written by a man from a highly advanced city located under the ocean.
Oh,
This city was filled with miraculous technology that provided for the people's every need. Food production, energy production, maintenance, even entertainment. All were provided by the robots. The city was a utopia.
robots.
Then disaster struck. It did not come from the machines, as the environmentalists had feared, but rather from a religious cult. This cult, known as the cult of Ogslivik, summoned their god, a horrible monster whose very sight was enough to make most men go insane, into the city. It brought with it an army of octopoids,
Not the
hideous
octopoids.
men with heads like the tentacles of an octopus. Between the army of octopoids and the octopoid god, the city was quickly ruined.
No.
The writer and a small group of people managed to escape the city. Before leaving, they destroyed the elevator that connected the underwater city to the surface and placed a magical seal on the surrounding building just for good measure. The writer left this journal as a warning to anyone who broke the seal to leave the city alone. Only death and madness lie within.
Yeah.
The journal finished, you look at the elevator once more. Doesn't look broken. A chill fills your body. What will you do?
You enter
Elevator.
the elevator and press the down button. The elevator begins descending with such speed that you are forced to your knees. Once the velocity becomes constant, you stand up and take a look around you. Since the elevator is made of glass, or a glass-like material, you are able to look outside. You quickly realize that the elevator is surrounded by water. Judging by how dark everything is, you must be very deep underwater indeed. Occasional flashes of color zoom by. Must be fish or aquatic plants. After a few minutes, the elevator starts to slow down. Thankfully, it doesn't slow as abruptly as it started. That hurt. Finally, it comes to a complete halt. Welcome to the underwater city of ecstasy. the elevator says
Oh,
as the doors open.
sounds a little too inappropriate.
You exit the elevator and enter the underwater city of ecstasy. You're in a giant see-through tube with a flat bottom and rounded ceiling. The air smells a little stale, but is breathable. A gargantuan sea creature with a long neck swims by close enough for you to see it through the murky water. You're a little surprised that the sea creature didn't hit the tube, but maybe there's a barrier around the tube to prevent just those kinds of circumstances. Up ahead, the tube splits off into two separate directions. As you are heading towards the intersection, you see two people walk by. At least you assume they're people. You can't see well in the low light, and apparently they can't either because they didn't notice you. They're talking to each other, but they're too far off for you to make out what they're saying.
Hmm.
What should you do? What? Follow?
Follow
You
them.
haven't followed the two people for long before you figure out that they're not people at all. Sure, their bodies are human in form, but where their head should be, there's only
Ugh,
a mess of wiggling tentacles. Not only that, but their stench is almost unbearable.
they
Blech.
stank.
The two octopoids, as you have dubbed them, are hard to understand, but eventually you get the hang of their accent. The topic of their conversation chills you to the bone. Their people are planning an assault on the world above. They've amassed massive amounts of weaponry, and their warriors are all well trained. All that is lacking is knowledge of how to break the magical barrier that separates their world from the surface. Even that is not much of a problem, though, as apparently their mages are poised on the verge of a magical breakthrough that will allow them to, well,
Right
break
through.
through. This is horrible. As a self-proclaimed heroine, you must stop this invasion before it happens. But how? Eavesdropping on the two octopoids further provides a possible solution. If the disgruntled complaints of the two octopoids you're following are to be believed, the octopoid nation is not entirely sold on the idea of an invasion. In fact, it sounds like the octopoid god and king, Obsguzvlik, is the
Gives
primary
Vic.
instigator behind the invasion plans. If you could only defeat him, then you might be able to stop the invasion from
Eat him up.
happening
Oh,
altogether.
no, no.
But where to find him? It is at this moment that you notice a handy map on the wall, complete with a helpful "You are here" arrow, pointing to your
I
current
know I was at the
location.
mall.
Based on the map, you're not far from the Imperial Palace, and what better place to search for a king than a palace? But hold on. You also see a place on the map marked Generator Room. This place surely takes a lot of energy to function. Destroy the generator, and you could very well destroy the entire city. What will you do?
Or the palace.
You decide to go to the Imperial Palace. There is no guarantee if you'd gone to the generator room that you would be able to cause any real damage to the city. Maybe there are backup generators. But assassinating the Octopoid King ought to work. Destroy the head and the body will fall. You follow the directions on the map and almost reach the entrance to the palace when you run into a problem. The palace is guarded by two octopoid guards, both of whom are armed with firearms, which, judging from their size, are quite powerful. The entrance to the palace can only be accessed by a long hallway. The hallway is dimly lit, but there's no way that you would be able to just walk up to the guards before being noticed and probably shot. Then you have an idea. Using your wonderful zombie power of detachability, you remove one of your hands and have it sneakily crawl up to the guards without them noticing it. Then it's simply a matter of having your hand jump up, grab one of the guards' guns, and shoot them both dead. Problem solved. Seeing as how those gun blasts have probably alerted everyone in the area to your presence, you decide the time for stealth is past. You run up to the palace entrance, reattach your separated body part, take a large gun in each hand, undead strength is handy, and burst through the palace door. You're in a large vaulted room with elegant statues of sea monsters on either side.
the end of the room is some dark, writhing thing that you can't see clearly. You're sure that this thing is the target that you have come to destroy. Just as surely, you have the strong feeling that this thing has immense power, and that it would be a very bad thing to fight it up close. You unleash dozens of green laser blasts from your 2 guns into the thing. Finally, it stops moving. Is it dead?
Badass.
What will you do?
See if it's dead.
You approach the thing to see if it's really dead. A sense of foreboding fills your body, and yet still you continue to step forward. Finally, you get close enough that you can see it clearly. You are now completely and irrevocably
Oh no.
insane.
The end.
What a good way to end that one. Oh, I think we got a good amount of endings on that. So let's try Epiphany in space. And
Setting.
if you guys want to see other endings, possibly try checking this out on Steam. I think it's on sale for less than $1. I think it's like 49 cents I got it for. So yeah, definitely check it out because we've been having fun. I've been having fun with this for almost an hour now.
Epiphany
Um,
in space.
so let's try Epiphany in space and get a couple of those endings. Let's go.
The year is 2801 SY.
Sigh.
You are Philemon K. Bort, a young man in your 20s who has been studying for the past 4 years at GAS,
Gas.
the Galactic Academy of Space. Tomorrow is a big day, the day that you finally graduate from the Academy and begin your new life as an official member of the Universal Galactic Space Corps. Not only is tomorrow the day that you graduate, but it's also the day that you find out your grades. Grades are very important at GAS because they determine what kind of position in the ranks you'll begin with. Anything from junior commander of an entire fleet to a lowly trash collector is possible with the right or wrong grades. You have high hopes that you did well. After all, every single one of your teachers was very friendly towards you. Then again, that might be more of a reflection of your family's status. Your father is a 5-star super general, after all, than your own personal merit.
Not the super general.
To celebrate the completion of classes and everyone's imminent graduation, your friends and you decide to throw a party tonight. You stay up very late, enjoying cake, punch, music, and the company of your friends.
Oh yeah.
You don't go to sleep until the wee hours of the morning.
Not the wee hours.
Beep, beep, beep. The sound of your alarm clock wakes you from your sleep. You really should get up and get ready for the graduation ceremony since it's early, but you're so tired. Surely it wouldn't hurt to sleep just a little longer, right? What will you do?
Get up.
You wish you could sleep longer, but today is too important of a day to risk oversleeping.
You can't miss the
You
day.
get up grudgingly, turn off the alarm, and get ready for the graduation ceremony. The graduation ceremony takes place in a large auditorium with tiered seating, balconies, and giant projector screens on the ceiling, so that people sitting in the distance can still see what's going on. You
Nice.
take your seat down at the bottom with the other graduates. You know that your father is watching you somewhere in the crowd.
Hi, Dad.
Several boring speeches about honor and diligence begin the ceremony, and then it's time for diplomas to be handed out. You wait eagerly for them to call out your name. Philemon T. Bort.
That's me.
You walk up to the stage. The president of GAS shakes your hand and hands you your diploma. You're about to return to your seat when you notice that the president's hair is about to fall off his head.
Oh,
What will you do?
catch that hair.
You grab the president's hair and try to steady it, but instead end up launching it across the room. There is silence and then laughter from the audience at the president's now bald head.
Oh.
You apologize profusely, but as it just seems to be making the president angrier, you retreat. Later, back in your apartment, you receive the email that will determine your fate.
Janitor.
Philemon K. Bort. Based on your grades and various recommendations, your rank has been determined to be captain of a moderately sized spacecraft. You have
Nice.
been assigned to the USS Epiphany. You will leave the Academy at 0900 hours on the 34th of September.
34th.
Your own ship. Excellent. You eagerly await the day when you will begin your official duties.
At the appointed day and time, you show up for your duty at the USS Epiphany. It's a newer spacecraft with sleek curves and lots of advanced technology. Power steering, power doors, power gravity generation field, power lasers. It's a mid-sized vessel, so there are probably only a few thousand people on board. You're proud and grateful that your grades were such that you could be captain of such a ship and not something pathetic like a mere yeoman.
Yeoman.
Welcome aboard, Captain. I'm Trident, your first officer.
Hi,
I'd
Trident.
love to show you around the ship and let you get accustomed to your new surroundings. But we've just received an urgent mission in the disputed zone. Oh,
Uh-oh.
and I was told to give you this. Your first mate, Trident, hands you an envelope. You open it and find a message addressed to you from the president of GAS.
Yes.
Have fun in the Badlands.
Uh-oh.
Trident takes you to the ship's bridge and you begin your journey to your first mission as captain
I
of
shouldn't have
the
touched
Epiphany.
his wig.
While the ship is en route to your mission's destination, you take the time to get to know your immediate crewmates. First, there's Trident, your first officer and second in command. With his curly black hair, heavy beard, and sharp blue eyes, he appears much as you imagine Captain David appeared when he ordered his surprise attack against the Goliath destroyer. Next, there's Ulala, a woman with
Ulala.
stunning good looks, tall glittering boots, a short skirt, and an exposed midriff. She's the ship's chief morale officer.
I'm sure she is.
Jeff is the ship's head doctor.
Jeff.
He looks so old that you're a little surprised he's still breathing. What's more surprising is the fact that he's on the bridge at all. Shouldn't he be off operating on someone?
Taking a break.
Terry is the chief engineer. He's tall, thin, and has a long face. With his neat clothing and well-groomed appearance, you wonder if he's ever even touched a machine.
Nope.
Finally, you have Marp, the
Marp.
chief programmer of the ship's computer systems. He looks like the stereotype, round, unshaven, and wearing glasses. He says hi to you when you greet him and volunteers no more information than that.
Hey, Marp.
You've reached the planet XZY2340, the destination of your current mission. Apparently, strange readings have been detected on the thought-to-be uninhabited planet, and so the Space Corps wants your crew to investigate. You assemble the away team together in the teleporter room. The away team consists of you and everyone who works on the bridge, and a single yeoman, Yeoman Sumisu. XZY2340 is a desert planet with a breathable atmosphere, so you don't need to bring any special survival equipment with you. You instruct the teleportation crew to zap your team a short distance away from the source of the strange readings, and away you go. The place that you have teleported to is in the middle of a desert filled with sandy hills and light winds. The source of the strange readings is obvious at a glance. There's a nondescript building a few miles away. Careful, you tell your away team. We need to approach with caution. We don't know if the people who created this building are friendly or hostile. Set your laser guns to energy level 11 and be
Not
alert.
11. That's set to kill.
As your team approaches the building, the front door bursts open, and a man in a white smock comes running out screaming. You call out to him that you're friends.
We're friends.
What will you do?
Go to the building.
Let's continue investigating, you say to your away team. Dr. Bill, please escort this man back to the Epiphany and take care of any medical needs he may have. Aye, aye, Captain. You reach the entrance of the nondescript building. You enter the building and find white halls that remind you of a hospital. Maybe it's a laboratory? That would explain the frenzied man's clothing. You have not traveled far into the building when you hear a popping sound. You motion for the away team to stop moving forward and to pull out their laser guns.
Pew
A
pew.
horde of white rabbits stacked upon white rabbits comes towards you.
Uh-oh.
You could be wrong, but it looks like the rabbits are not using their feet to move, but are teleporting forward.
Psychic rabbits, no!
What will you do?
Shoot them!
Fire! You take aim and shoot at the rabbits, and your crewmates do the same. Several rabbits in the front are blasted away, but more keep coming. When it's evident that they are coming faster than you can shoot, you order your team to retreat. Unfortunately, it's too late now, as another horde of rabbits have cut off your escape. You and your crewmates die, asphyxiated by a horde of rabbits.
We did it.
The end.
All right. Well, this time let's try not to
Epiphany.
knock the guy's hair off.
What will
Let's
you?
snooze.
You hit the snooze button. A few minutes later, you hit it again and again.
We're not going to the
Then you just pull
ceremony.
the machine out of the wall. You finally wake up at 8 a.m. This would have been fine. The graduation ceremony is at 0900, and if you hurried, you could get ready in time, except for the fact that it's 0800 the day following
Sleepy
the
boy
graduation
for the
ceremony.
win.
You slept through an entire day.
Sleepy,
Ouch.
ouch.
Your email box is filled with upset messages from classmates, teachers, and administrators wondering
Why
where
ain't
you
nobody
were.
come to get me?
The messages from your parents sound especially angry. Finally, you find the message you were looking for, the message, and its contents fill you with dread. Philemon K. Bort, based on your grades and various recommendations, your rank was set to be captain of a moderately sized
Oh,
spacecraft.
poopy.
However, due to unusual
I
circumstances
took
that
the
have
bad
occurred recently,
choice.
your previously determined rank has been adjusted down to yeoman.
Omen.
You have been assigned to the USS Epiphany. You will leave the Academy at 0900 on the 34th of September.
Dang it.
You are crestfallen. Yeoman is the lowest rank in the Space Corps, just under the rank of waste sanitizer. To think that oversleeping could have cost you so much. It must have been your father. He must have pulled some strings to get you
Father!
promoted as a way of teaching you a lesson. At the appointed day and time, you show up for duty at the USS Epiphany. It's a newer spacecraft with sleek curves and lots of advanced technology. Power steering, power doors, power gravity generation field, power lasers. It's a mid-sized vessel, so there are probably only a few thousand people on board. To think that you could have been the captain of such a ship, but instead you're only going to be a mere yeoman. Your first week of duty is horrendous. As yeoman, anyone has the right to boss you around, and not surprisingly, everyone does. You get all of the jobs that the crew doesn't want to do, and you are called to perform your duties at all hours, both day and night. You don't think that you've slept for more than 3 hours at a time since boarding the ship.
Jeez.
Your life is a mess. What are you going to do?
Wallow.
You decide to wallow in self-pity. It doesn't make things any better, but at least it's easy for you to feel sorry for yourself. The days pass, then weeks. Any lingering hopes you had that the decision to make you a yeoman would be reversed and you would again gain the higher rank that was rightfully yours have vanished. One day, while sleeping underneath your bed in an attempt to hide from work, something terrible happens. The ship is attacked and taken over by aliens.
Oh no.
Every human aboard, except for you, is killed. You know all this because your handy handheld computer tells you when you wake up.
Thanks.
What will you do? What will you do?
Sneaky
Try
off.
to. Barging out into the hall is only going to get you killed, and you can't stay hidden forever. So you decide that you need to move out, albeit as
Find an escape pod, my
stealthily as you
friend.
can. There's a child-sized air vent that goes into your room, and luckily for you, you haven't been eating very well as a yeoman,
Mm,
and you're practically child-sized yourself. So in
dang.
you go. It's a tight squeeze, but it's doable.
It's doable.
There's a bit of unpleasantness when you have to get past a cat skeleton. So that's where Yeoman Hastings' cat ran off to. But you are able to squeeze past it.
Excuse me, Skelly Cat.
You have reached a point where the air vent splits into two routes. According to your handheld computer, one route leads to the room where the escape pods are kept, and the other route leads to the engine room. Where will you go?
Escape pod.
You are above the room where the escape pods are kept. You don't see any aliens, so you drop into the room, doing your best to minimize any noise. Good. No aliens heard you. You then enter an escape pod, press the launch button, hit confirm, and you're on your way to safety.
Nice.
Unfortunately, the aliens who had taken over the ship were expecting any survivors of the attack to do exactly what you just did.
Smart.
They instantly spot the escape pod and shoot it down with the ship's powerful lasers. You are dead.
I tried.
The end.
Let's do the thing where we get on as a
What
captain,
will you do?
but don't throw the president's wig.
What will you do? You quickly go back to your seat. The president's hair does, in fact, end up falling off, but luckily for you, it's not while you're up there. The poor
Whew.
student who is up on the stand at the time receives quite the dirty look from the president, despite not having anything to do with the president's fallen wig. Later, back in your apartment, you receive the email that will determine your fate. Philemon K. Bort, based on your grades and various recommendations, your rank has been determined to be captain of a moderately sized spacecraft. You have been assigned to the USS Epiphany. You will leave the Academy at
Oh,
2100 on the 34th
not
of
not
September.
0900 this time.
Your own ship. Excellent. You eagerly await the day when you will begin your official duties. At the appointed day and time, you show up for your duty at the USS Epiphany. It's a newer spacecraft with sleek curves and lots of advanced technology. Power steering, power doors, power gravity generation field, power lasers. It's a mid-sized vessel, so there are probably only a few thousand people on board. You're proud and grateful that your grades were such that you could be captain of such a ship, and not something pathetic like a mere yeoman. What will you do?
But I was a
What will you do?
take a look
The
around.
pilot takes you on a tour of the ship. You quickly discover that the Epiphany is far bigger than your initial impressions had led you to believe. The residential area of the ship is extensive, with enough room for well over 1,000 staff members and guests. The ship's hangar bay contains several smaller scouting ships, as well as some giant mechs equipped for spaceflight, for defensive or offensive use, should the occasion arise. The cargo bay is humongous and has enough space to store sufficient food to feed a large metropolitan area for years, and so on. Finally, you are taken to the bridge where you have a chance to meet the officers who will be working directly under you. First, there's Trident, your first officer and second in command. With his curly black hair, heavy beard, and sharp blue eyes, he appears much as you imagine Captain David appeared when he ordered his surprise attack against the Galactic. Next, there's Ulala.
I heard about her.
Jeff.
I heard about him.
Carrie is the chief engineer.
I heard about him. I heard about
There's not
Mark.
much to do until your first assignment comes in, so you spend your days in idleness, chatting with crewmates
La
and
la la
enjoying
la. Didn't
recreation
get on the president's bad
facilities.
side.
Your first mission as the
Ooh,
captain of the Epiphany is an escort mission.
nice.
You are to transport the Ambassador Elegy from her home planet of Agil to the Galactic Senate meeting place on Rygia.
Is this the plot of
Please set course for
episode one,
Agil and travel
Phantom
there
Menace?
free of incident. You greet the ambassador personally upon her arrival to the ship's teleportation station. Ambassador Elegy is a tall woman in a long, flowing white robe that makes the beauty of her blue skin and black hair even more stunning.
Ooh,
Aside from the color of her skin, she looks
interspecies
human in every
relationship,
way.
but
What will you do?
flirt with her.
Ambassador Elegy, you say, would you care to have dinner with me?
Aw,
I would appreciate that greatly.
aw.
You have the cooking crew. Prepare a wonderful meal.
Pizza
Private room for the
and
ambassador
tacos.
and yourself. Everything is set for a romantic dinner for two. Great food, candles, and jazz
Jazz.
music.
Smooth jazz.
Ambassador Elegy seems to be enjoying the meal, but she has been ignoring all of your flirtatious
She's
requests.
like, let's just get
Finally,
to
she
it.
addresses the
Go
subject
crazy.
directly. Captain, I have heard that the human race has a number of concepts that we on my planet are unfamiliar with, like the concept of love. Tell me, Captain, what is love?
I'll show you.
What will you do?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ambassador, you say, but love isn't something that can be understood by descriptions and definitions.
Oh no.
It must be experienced.
We took the
Would you
naughty
like me to show
scenario?
you love? Yes, Captain,
Oh no.
she says, her eyes glittering in anticipation.
I'm gonna get
Show
smacked,
me
I'm
love.
sure. Like anime smack.
You kiss her gently on the lips, and just like that,
Oh,
Ambassador Elegy and yourself are a couple.
we're a couple of people in love.
Several months later, after your mission escorting Ambassador Elegy is long finished, you get a call from her, asking for your help. She has a favor to ask of you. She is currently scheduled to appear before the Galactic Senate to represent her home planet. but she is currently unable to do so due to an illness. She wants you to substitute for her in the Senate. Being her boyfriend, you accept willingly.
I'm a senator.
The room where the Galactic Senate is held is a vast open space filled with thousands of floating platforms where the representatives from various planets sit and discuss the issues at hand. Today, Ambassador Elegy is supposed to give a speech in front of the entire group, but since she is unavailable, you will be taking her place. The speech is already prepared, so all you have to do is read it.
Okay.
Looking over the speech, you see several grammatical mistakes. Wow, your girlfriend's writing ability is much worse than you had ever imagined. Maybe you should fix it up a bit before delivering it. What will you do?
Uh,
Deliver
she
the speech
she she
as
did it for a reason, so let's do that.
You deliver the speech as it is written,
Yeah,
mistakes and all. When you are finished,
she
the
did it that
room
way for a reason.
bursts into applause. Later, you discover that speeches given before the Galactic Senate
I was
have
right.
their own unique form of language. So, what you had previously thought were grammatical mistakes were actually intentional stylistic choices. It's a good thing you didn't change anything, or something very bad could have happened. Having done such a good job before the Senate, you are offered a full time position working there. You accept, resigning your position as captain of the Epiphany, knowing that your new job will make it much easier to spend time with your girlfriend.
Aw.
Besides, it pays better as well. The end.
I feel like you can't get a much better ending than that. That's we got to be a captain and graduate school. We got to go on a mission and meet our love interest, and then we show our love interest how important love is and how strong of a partner we are. So I feel like that's a good place. I think we did a good job investigating both Molly, the Were-Zompire, and Epiphany in space. I really enjoyed it. So I think we will call it good on this text adventure based on your own adventure. We'll continue our tradition of raiding out. So
Epiphany
let's
in
find a
space?
lucky follower who's going live right now to raid out to. Uh, Somebody's playing Hogwarts Mystery. We'll do JG Science Gaming. Start that raid. And then we'll get that ready so we can say hello to that guy. Raiding. All right, guys, thanks for the show. We'll see you later.